Hi everyone. So, did the Titanic sink or did it not? Let me show you this video quickly. We'll start off here. I didn't even know it reached to 11k, but
after the Titanic went down, they offered claims.
It never sunk.
Yes, it did. It's gone. It sank right to the bottom of the ocean.
That's the first I knew of it. I thought the other thing was I only thought she sprang a leak.
Well, she had a 300-foot gash in her. She had a pretty good leak.
Is that so? Did she really sink?
She sank. As far as we know, she sank.
That's the first I knew of that.
After the Titanic went down, they offered claims.
She never sunk.
Yes, it did. It's gone.
so did the Titanic sink or did it not? Welcome everyone. Welcome to Crypto Angles podcast number 36. 3 and 6 is 9. We're receiving some ethereal wisdom with this podcast. My name is Kelita Sahliah if you are new, and over here we basically use astrology of the sky, so not mainstream astrology but the actual visible sky, to interpret how that could be impacting the crypto markets. So I am a mother, I am a real angel, and of course I dabble in crypto. So for those who are new, what we usually do, we take a peep at whatever is happening on the world stage. We'll take a look into the Gematria of that. Then we move into the astrological story of what's happening this cycle. So from the 5th, the 5th and the 6th, basically. The 11th is next cycle. And then we'll do the technical analysis for Bitcoin, XRP, and the DXY. So this calendar that I am using is in full alignment with the visible sky. And Ophichus always pops up. And you can grab that if you would like to. There is a discount going on at the moment, a Holy Days discount, where you can get 15% off of this digital calendar and these two physical calendars. Okay, so this one, there was a 40% off. What's happened to that? This one should be 40% off, so I'll make sure that that's on there. But there are Holy Days discounts going on, so do grab it for the next year calendar if you would like to, because it's amazing. It looks like this. We go a little bit deeper. We do body to zodiac correlation, and yeah, you can learn all of the symbology when it wants to load at the back. So even if you are new, you can learn it. As you can see, we go into other star constellations because we view the actual visible sky. So you see which luminary fuels it, their elements, etc, etc. It's not loaded properly, but anyway, do help yourself out to that if you would like to. And let's get into the Titanic. And I do want to mention, I do offer where's the Titanic? Here we go. I'd just like to show you, let me reload this page. I'd like to show you, so this is my threads, by the way. It is my threads, so feel free to follow me on here if you would like. And I'd just like to show you some pictures while I just talk about this. So just have a read of the pictures. But I do also offer birth chart readings that is in alignment with the visible sky. So feel free to grab one of those if you'd like. I offer a standard and an extended, where we look into your inner child, your birth card of illumination, and your a little birthday numerology. So, and we synchronize all that together with your full birth chart. So it's £20 for the standard and $25 for the extended. But I do have to let you know, in January it's going up to $25 for the standard and $30 for the extended, because I go very deep to see you so deep. So if you book in December, then of course it's £20. You'll have the price now, but after, I just thought I'd let you aware of that. So I do have that on offer as well. But anyway, without further ado, this is a late recording because I went to bed at like 4:30 last night. So we're moving a little bit late. But let's get into this anyway. So what I find interesting with the numerology, I look at every angle because I am light shining on multiple angles. That's me. Anyway, we get in the Titanic never sank. In Hebrew, we're getting 1, 3, 4, 6. And in simple gematria, ordinal, we're getting 2, 1, 8. So those are the two numbers we'll be looking at today. So this breaks down into 14, 5, these numbers. So this is also another karmic number, and this karmic number is about money. So it's about money, like a karmic debt of you working over, like, to push through money blocks. That's one aspect, not all, but it is one. And anyway, 5 ultimately represents connection and change. So from the energies of this Titanic not sinking, we've got some karmic debt about in relation to some monies and there's connection and change happening at this moment with this popping up in the hologram. Those who don't know, Gematria shows the connection and the relationships things has with each other. So it kind of creates a chain reaction, a chain reaction basically. If one thing happens on the same spectrum, things with those same numbers, it could pop up on the world stage too. So this is what I'd like you to know, and do take everything on the internet with a whole bag of salt, okay? Take it with a bag of salt. But anyway, the Titanic never sank. Let's go through this quickly. Now is the time. So now's the time, people. Kundalini awakening, energies changing. I spoke a lot about in the last video about the Ophichus energy, sun entering in Ophichus. So change, energetic change is happening, and these videos of the Titanic have been popping up a lot, like it never sank, it done this, or blah blah blah. So it's, these energies are coming up in the collective, okay? So stand your ground. You may be in a situation at some point where you have to stand your ground. So keep that in mind. Sovereign soul, connect to sovereignty, twin flame things going on. Don't get caught up in the twin flame notion though. It's your left and right hemisphere of your brain. And then we've got the river Phoenix. So I just found this interesting because we got water, money, water, ocean, Titanic, and then Phoenix as we're entering into the year of the dragon, the Phoenix rising. Follow X. So this was like interesting to me because we know we've came up with a lot of X marks the spot, things like that, and it's saying follow X at this point. So which X? Which X? We've got beginner's guide to reading the Akashic records. This is wild because it's like energetically, or people are coming up these videos because we're remembering the actual record of what happened. Interesting. Better world. Long dark winter. Ugh. Let's see if this happens. If this does happen this winter, it's gonna be like, ugh, best be an amazing summer. Energy frequency. Leave our children alone. So this may pop up on the world stage when it comes to Pizzagate, etc., etc. We have had Pizzagate come up as well. Satan's project fails. So I find this hilarious because oh, I didn't even show you a backstory. Why all of this makes sense, forgive me. So going on to my Instagram, check out my whole Titanic sub highlight on Instagram if you'd like. My Instagram will be linked below. But anyway, Titanic alone gives us 76. I don't know how decode on the Titan slide that went down, the Titan submersible, and a lot came up. You've got the plan, jackpot, ripple's popping its head up, and tether. So this was telling me from when this happened back in summer, this was telling me that the Titanic, and when the Titan slide sunk, it was all part of the same plan. So this has been planned for over a century, this entire plan, okay? And all of a sudden we had when the Titanic obviously went down, it was about the Federal Reserve banking system. Well, that was one aspect of it. And then the Titan Summer Slide went down. That went down, signaling more things for us. And then now a lot of the collective is bringing up, did the Titanic sink, did it not? So this energy is coming back up, and it's like it's always been a part of the plan at a very interesting time when we are shifting monetary systems. You see what I'm saying? We're shifting money systems at this point, and the Titanic has come back up. Okay, so that this is how we've kind of fallen into the Titanic, but something about their plan may have failed. Return to Hyperborea. So I find this interesting. I do not know much about Hyperborea, but I know, is it in the middle or the center of Earth or something like that? Yeah, so is this knowing of this shift in history of possibly what had happened? Could it be just changing us energy wise? There's so many energies I guess we can tap into, so I guess it's like, which one? So which one? Build yourself up. This may appear a lot on the world stage as well. If there's a lot of noise about it, just remember these links. Universal credit. Now if you are in the UK, this is what people on benefits would get. So this is interesting that this has popped up, so I am going to be paying attention. They have tried to made some changes to it that I saw on my TikTok news basically, so I'm going to just be paying attention to what happens there. So moving on to the next part, all trauma is caused by Loki. So this is fascinating because this mythical, this god, he's been popping up a lot as well, and like his possible involvement in things, and it's just like was the sinking, or was, like, I don't know, but his energy is involved somehow. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. And I know that you're gonna have it your way or nothing at all. But I think you're moving too fast. So if these pop up, just pay attention. Or even if like this song pops up, it's like, oh, okay, just another water clue. I like that. Water bag paradise. We're getting a lot of water codes here. It's giving me, what is it giving? Atlantis. You know, just like the golden age, return to Atlantis, is giving water vibes for me. Yeshua, the cleanser of sins. I found this interesting because in my last video I mentioned about sins is a pre-Sumerian word, and it means genetic defect. So I just find it interesting, like if you read it with that notion, it's like Yeshua, the cleanser of the genetic defect. And as we are expanding and transforming as like a collective, and you know, whoever is expanding, it's kind of like this genetic defect, this state of frequency we've been placed at, is maybe lifting, changing, potentially. Destroy Skull's bones. So I know it says Skull's bones, but it's like when I read this, my mind saw Skull and Bones, and we are in the year of Skull and Bones, in the 223 year, 322 mirrored. So has their plan failed? Has broken all evil spells? So it's like an energetic shift with this knowing, like the Titanic potentially not sinking. It kind of changes the whole narrative. It changes the entire narrative, so it's wild because yeah yeah, the light has one energetic shift again. Corporate thieves, they're teething out the place. This, so if this appears back on the world stage, if it's making noise like, oh, they have a new variant, just pay attention. We're shifting timelines, I guess. The Great Divine Mother, so just more like potent energy. So going on to ordinal now, giving us a 218, and it equals 11. So the Titanic never sank. What's come up with this? Entrance to the what? Entrance to the who? There we go. Giving water vibes. Aquarius. Operation Sunrise. This knowing. Opening the curtains. Interesting. Quantum computer. Are we in one big quantum computer in a holographic simulation? Potentially. End of New World Order. Is this the plan that failed? Is this the plan that failed, knowing this? Well, they're meant to keep it a secret. I don't know. The stock market crush. The crush, who's my soulmate. You may be questioning that because I am. Bro, where are you, fam? Where's Bay? You are the chosen child in the, what year? The Skull and Bones year. 322. Yeah, so I just generally feel, even if you like don't watch this video or haven't watched this video, but people who are truly opening up in awareness of their reality are like, it's meant to be you, basically. Guardians of the Galaxy were protecting this stuff out here. I'm gonna be paying attention to what comes up again with this. Did one movie come out this year? It was this year it came out, didn't it? Yeah, interesting, in the 322 Skull and Bones. Yeah. Scare event upon us. So pay attention to what they scare you with, and if something like that appears on the world stage in the hologram, just know it's a Black Swan event, okay? And just know it's Operation Sunrise, opening the curtain, entering the golden age, because the story is over. What story? His story? The story of the lie of it sinking? Because I'm more than sure you probably know it's the Olympic under the sea anyway. Greater than ever before. This shift, potentially. Accidental manifestation. Are we going to be manifesting on accident? Do we do that anyway? The Book of Revelation. So this is about the end times anyway, if you don't know, in the Bible. Matrix simulation, confirming the simulation. In the year of the rabbit, rabbit equals 52 in Chaldean, and we are in the year of the Chinese rabbit. Palace of Living Waters. You see, it's giving Aquarius vibes, Golden Age vibes in the Skull and Bones year. Fascinating. Christ is coming now. So people who believe obviously in Jesus Christ, then you may feel, oh, he's coming back. If you don't subscribe to that, you subscribe more to the Kundalini Awakening or the Christ Chrism oil, etc, etc. I don't know, I just feel it's about, we are now expanding in more awareness of who we are. Energetically, we're expanding to hold more data, to release more of the junk DNA, for example. This is, I guess, the Christ. That's my perspective anyway. I mean, I believe in Jesus. Uncover the truth. Jesus, more Jesus. But uncover the truth. Truth is just coming out now, I feel, as this has come out. More things just may be like, oh wow, is that really happening? Reptilian Holocaust, are they going to be wiped out? Are they going to be wiped out? We'll see. I saw an interview saying that reptilians are very sensitive and they have therapy. So that was interesting. The reincarnation of I am that I am. If you know the Bible, it's like, it's about that basically. So it's this 0 point energy being amplified, I guess. Chitty chitty bang bang in the 322 year. I just find this hilarious. But again, this is how you kind of look at Gematria. If you just come across and you just see that a sign of chitty chitty bang bang, you see the movie coming out or just anything like that, just remember, oh okay, remember the Titanic never sank, and remember all the stuff it's linked to. Okay, this is how Gematria works. It shows up in smaller things, bigger things, just any side of each spectrum, either positive or negative, and everyone's life's different, so you're gonna see different codes. Spiral ascension ladder, so fascinating. The Titanic never sank. Have we entered this spiral ascension ladder again? Aquarian vibes, golden age vibes. Beyonce girls submit. I found this interesting because I don't really like celebrities and stuff. However, her name has popped up several times with her daughters. So I don't know. Everything on Gematria is a whole spectrum. This Titanic never sinking coming up. Could this be like a sign for them to say, right, it's time to submit your girls into whatever you're doing? Interesting, because, you know, they're kind of being led in that direction. So pay attention if that does happen to Blue Ivy, and I don't know the other girl's name. But time to speak your truth. The hologram may be presenting you opportunities to literally where you have to speak your truth. So definitely do it if that comes up. Just remember, the Titanic never sank. A single point of light. This is bringing me back to 0 point frequency, that I am. Yeah. All religion is of Satan in the Skull and Bones year. So this may be just, we've got like, how many? Got about 4 more cycles left of this year. So if this like pops up a lot, people more arguing about religion. Pay attention. The bottomless pit, just another religious aspect there. Spirit of prophecy. Now, I found this interesting as a code for me personally because I was balls deep. I was balls deep into religion, and I was 7-day Adventist, and we followed Ellen G. White, and she had the spirit of prophecy. So it's going to be interesting if these readings, these books of hers just pop up as well on the world stage. It will be interesting. We've got the Lazarus Project. So Lazarus was dead and Jesus brought him back to life. So, and we also had the cleansing of sins, which is a genetic defect. So it's kind of like this cleansing of this genetic defect of being dead and stagnant. Are we now coming back to life to enter into the golden age? Fascinating. Oh, did I just do that? Did we end on that? Lazarus Project. We've got install, conquer death. I had a lot of these come up and I kind of ignored it before. Not conquer death, but it was install and then something, install and then something. So I find it fascinating. It's like if something happens on the world stage, you've got like, oh, install this next move. So yeah, I've got conquering death anyway, golden age, I guess. Twin flames reunion. Again, don't get caught up in the nonsense of like, just don't get caught up in the nonsense. It is the combination or the harmony of the left and right hemisphere of your brain working together. Okay, so that's your creativity with your logic and reason to make something in your reality. That's what it is. So you're coming together with yourself, and this may be reflected, and someone may come to help you with that. But don't get caught up in the nonsense. No, don't chase after nobody. Pegasus White Horse. So this is just my own code that had come up for me personally, because one time I was feeling sad and then I opened up the phone and I was like, my Stellarium astronomy app. I was like, where's the moon? Why am I feeling this way? But it didn't show me the moon. What it showed me was Andronomo or something like that. And right underneath her, she was a princess who was saved, was Pegasus. So, and I got interesting connections looking through my own gematria with that. So this is just a signal to me that I am on the right track. Find your true self. If you haven't already, just be authentic, be you in your own alignment. End of the world message in the 322 year. Fascinating. Like, you can't make this up. This end of world message, talking about going into golden age, this energetic shift. Some people think it's literally the end of the world. Jesus is coming back. For example, it's an end of a state of being for a certain amount of people, I guess. Children of the future, garden photo. There's a couple more. Be quicker. So this one is without the. So I do want to show you without the because we've got some things. We're paying attention to the 1, 2, 3, 3 as well as the 1, 8, 5. That's giving us 6, 7, 8, 9. Ethereal energy again. Wild. And this is giving us 6 and 8. What's that? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14, 5 again. So that karmic number. Ethereal, karmic. So we're moving definitely through this energetic shift. I definitely feel it. Do you feel it? World free of cabal. Fascinating. This hoax, so it may appear back up on the world stage. We've got the World Trade Center in ordinal now, the 185. Again, stock market crash, just without the. Secret energy key. Is this knowing? Is this is it a key energetically? We'll see. It's a holy mystery. Holy days. The Truman Show. So again, it's all part of the show. See how it goes, I guess. US dollar collapse. The dollar is collapsing. And we then have, this is like the biggest crypto connection really, but I like to bring shine light on multiple angles because it's not all about crypto. Crypto is so intertwined with reality. It's like, but XLM has popped up, and we already know Bitcoin and XRP has popped up with Titanic in itself. And then of course we've now got XLM follow the X? Is this one to follow potentially? Again, this is coming up, so dating, I guess. And there's snow outside. It's getting really cold outside. It's getting really misty in here. So do let me know if that made any sense to you, if you did like it. And pay attention if they come up on the world stage. But let's get into the astrological story. I'll try and go super quicker. But what's happening this cycle, we have Mars entering into Ophichus. We have this half moon, three-quarter moon, and we have Neptune stationing direct. So this is probably the most powerful one, to be honest. But we'll see. We will see. So what we are moving from now, because we had our full moon in Taurus on the 27th of November. So we have come out of this finding our bottom energy. Okay, we're kind of, yeah, we're coming out of it and we're going into the energy this cycle. We're going into the energy from Tuesday essentially to find our resistance now for this no moon, new moon on the 12th of December. Okay, so what I'm generally seeing based off that, the market may have found its bottom and it's just starting to, you know, make its pattern up. If you've seen Bitcoin already, Bitcoin is just doing its thing. It's doing its thing. So that's kind of what I am anticipating this cycle. That switch in energy, it's definitely found its support. So now it's ready to move on up to to find its new resistance level before coming back down to find its higher low. So Mars entering Ophichus, what am I seeing with that? Mars represents like your drive, your passion, your flame, and it's moving into Ophichus. Ophichus is the healer and transmutator of energy. You see, this is like a sine wave. It's a snake, but it's like a sine wave. So it's this transformative energy, that kundalini energy, that kundalini awakening, the Christ, basically. That is Ophichus. Is this transformation of energy, and we had that in the Gematria pop-up too, so that's an extra confirmation. But we are already in Ophichus anyway, because the sun's in Ophichus right now, so we are in Ophichus. And anyway, what I'm kind of seeing with this, Mars being a fire element and the water being the markets being water in and of itself, there may not be as much impact with this luminary personally, but it does represent your drive and your passion. So you will see your passion when it comes to the markets and investing. Like if it's not there now, you may see it, you may transform. It's going through this transformative aspect as it goes over. It's going over the galactic center in the sky. Okay, this is the galactic center. Okay, it's in the sky and it's right by Ophichus, and really Sagittarius is a little bit closer, but you know, this is just a calendar. So so this is how it transforms, by going over the galactic center. So it's like when it comes to your drive and passion and how people may act and what causes them to invest, you may see that their drive and passion towards it is transforming. So they may see more you may have more people just wanting to invest in it because they see like, okay, I can see it's like doing its thing now. Yeah, so just pay attention to that. However, I do want to bring most focus to Neptune stationing direct. Neptune is powerful in this because it is like the most powerfulest water sign, because Neptune being Poseidon's trident, it knows the connection to everything. So just like the markets is water, and it was moving backwards. And now it's stationing direct on Mercury day, Wednesday. So Bitcoin, because Bitcoin moves the whole market, Bitcoin's Neptune is Capricorn. Okay, so what is this telling me? It's telling me that Bitcoin, when it's coming to setting its solid foundations in terms of how it can connect to everyone, how it can reach its goals, basically, because that's Neptune, how it can truly reach the depth of who Bitcoin is. It's now moving forward And it's like, because Bitcoin's Neptune is in Capricorn, he's just about setting these foundations. So it's like what I'm seeing from now into like next year, really, Bitcoin is moving forward in setting its solid foundations. And this is like the depth of like Bitcoin, basically. It's how it can go about and actually reach its goals and its dreams, because Neptune rules dreams too and intuition. So it's like Bitcoin, if you want to put a life on it, has a dream. It wants to do this. This is people's, thought forms being put into Bitcoin. And now it's ready to set that solid foundation. It's moving forward in continuing to lay that foundation to bring about these dreams. And it's about creating that foundation to reach a long-term oriented goal. And he will now be moving forward in doing that. So I'm seeing in the market like more, I would say, rapid movements, but you know how sometimes the market can just be ranging for just a long ass time. I'm not seeing that anymore. I'm seeing the moves it's going to be doing from this point on as we literally go into 2024. Its moves in general are going to be more like, okay, I can see like what you're doing. You're going up there, you're reaching this resistance. Like it's getting it done basically, because it's ready to move, to lay that foundation, to reach that goal. And it's ready to do it. So I'm seeing definitely more quicker movements. If it's low, it's not staying low for too long. It's just getting its support to build up a solid structure, and then it's moving on up. That's what I'm seeing with Bitcoin. And of course, Bitcoin will move the rest of the markets. So that's what I'm seeing for this cycle. Of course, this one will be impacting in far into 2024 and beyond. So until it stations retrograde in the middle of 2024, I think. So yeah, do let me know if you liked this perspective of the markets. As I says, I am very feminine in nature, so I couldn't fully grasp just the charts alone. I had to have another layer, and for me the Gematria adds to that layer, but the astrology just definitely adds and helps me personally as yeah, a wild creative. But anyway, what I'm seeing with Bitcoin, so on the monthly we've had so we moved up already. We've just gone up already in December, and November we just had an up candle, as well as October. So it's looking nice. It is looking nice. I would really like to see, just on this alone, a little retracement though, as we have just gone up. I don't feel, will we ever come back down to 32? Again, just looking on the monthly, even if it was 2, that would still be healthy to bounce off and continue. But as I mentioned before, Bitcoin was hovering at around this level, 36 or something, 35 to 36, and there's a support there. As you can see back here, there was some form of support. So it's like, I was like, it could just hover there and then continue up, and that's seems like what it's doing. Let's just take a look. See, so it was hovering off this little red level, and then it just continued. It hasn't come down back to here, so that's interesting. Is it making its way to 40 to then come back down to here by April, like the end of winter, April? That would be interesting. Yeah, and that could be likely. Look at how it moves. It just dropped so much here. It bounced off it, wicked off it here in March, found support off it again, and it's just kind of gone up. It could easily hit that, and its last amazing buying opportunity in spring, beginning of spring, end of winter, it just hits this line again. I'm gonna extend this line as well. We'll see how it interacts with it as we go on. we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see where Bitcoin, where are you ending? I feel it because it's just moved up from here, like 45 to 47 is its next range. Like, I feel it's just making its way to there. Let's take a look at the smaller time frame. Oh, what was the RSI? So I'm going to look at the RSI, and at the end I will put on the 200 moving average and just take a look at all of them. Okay, so the RSI is kind of just, it's a larger RSI to be fair on the monthly. So we'll check on this. So okay, on this time frame, the winner, the W, it is overbrought, but like how Bitcoin could still just extend further before doing its full retracement back down. Like over the next few cycles, that could be its momentum to just hit this and, like, you know, to be fully extended and overbrought, to then come back down. And to not be so overbrought anymore, and to just get a little better. So what I'm kind of seeing here off the get-go, if price reaches this area and you can just see it struggling, it may be an amazing time to take a little bit of profit if you'd like to, and then reinvest once it's found its support. But it seems like that's the way it's going, instead of dropping from here and then going on up. To be honest with you, it does seem like that. Just take a look on the daily. On the daily with my baby. My baby on the daily. Oh, I missed something. Sorry. I wanted to actually... Oh, okay. Yeah. Nothing important. Nada. So, as you can see, this level was definitely a resistance level. 38 was hitting its head, and I thought, okay, is it going to come down? But no, it went up. So if anything, on the daily, we may see a little retracement for a retest, so that would definitely be healthy. So essentially, yes, and if you look on the daily as well, you can see it was overbrought in this area, but even though it's wasn't overbrought here, price has actually gone up. So this is just showing me screaming sign of strength right now. The only thing when it comes to the daily, these haven't crossed yet, but they will definitely cross soon, for sure. They will cross soon. So fascinating. Yeah, and that cross could give it the momentum to reach it up to in the 40s, you know. It really could. Like, let's just put this tighter. Yeah, give it the momentum to reach that 45 to 47 range when these two cross over. But yeah, it's kind of like what I am seeing, especially we'll check the 200 moving average at the end for all of them, possibly just on the daily, not like the W or the monthly, but a retracement down would be healthy. And if it does that, retraces, even if it's like one day, to then go on up. But for sure, if it holds this 38k level, if it holds that, it's just making its way up. And you know, I do recommend, like, some people were waiting for a retracement to go down. I did add to my portfolio, even though I was like, oh, it could do this. I added to my portfolio when it was here. Like, I just still, no, it was at just below 38. Or it was at 38 actually, and I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to add to it, because whether it's 38 or 31, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. And what can you see? Bitcoin hasn't gone down to 31, so I feel sometimes, there's my favorite NPC, is the best. But sometimes it's just not worth the wait when it comes to these things, when it's just not as small, not as big, you know. Like, don't get me wrong, if it had already hit up to the 40s, you're just like, whoa, that's clearly a resistance. Then if you hadn't put in, then potentially just wait, see where it retests. But I've learned my lesson. When Bitcoin's ready to move, it's moving. I've learned that lesson, like, for sure. So I'm not learning that lesson again. I don't need to. I get in and get out when I need to, and that is it. So on the 4 hour, these lines are very messy. Should I get rid of it? Maybe in the next video. Oh, the RSI on the 4 hour. I'm not quite sure. I'm really just seeing it needs to just retest a little, to just back test where it's come out. That will just be healthy. I feel the DXY will confirm that it is like being overbrought right now. So that could be the reason why it just wants to come down a little. Let's just take a look on the smaller time frame. The hour's probably the smallest we'll go. So but it's like this RSI, though it comes down, it could be higher in the price, so we'll see. But on the hour, I feel again it may even just be healthy to come down, because as it, even if it just trickles and hovers probably about here, maybe just a wick or something, but as it does that, the moving averages will catch up, and that could be the thing to propel it further on up, it bouncing off the moving averages in the 1 hour. And I'm liking the fact I am liking the fact that this is above Saturn, Mercury and Pluto is above Uranus, Neptune and Venus. So that is showing signs for me of upward momentum. So if there is a little retracement, we'll double check when it comes to the DXY and what that is doing. But if there is a little retracement, it won't be like, it's not going to be like, okay, yeah, now I'm coming back down to 34 or 35. I'm just not really seeing that. This 38 level possibly to then get more support off the moving average is to go on up. Sure, let's go to our other coinage of XRP in the hizzy. Right, let's just clear it up a little. I just would like to look at the actual candle itself, you see. Just the candle, my friend, just the candle. So it's a fascinating candle. Like a lot of indecision shown in November for XRP, but is it gaining its strength now? Is it gaining its strength? I guess we'll just wait and see. We will wait and see what's happening there. Wild how, you know how it's just like this apex, it's like it went all the way up and it finished price, oh, I don't know if you can see, price finished literally inside it. Like, look, November here, this candle, this indecision candle, literally price is just wedged in it. But where are we now? We are trading above, outside of it, so that's a good sign. So let's take a look on a smaller time frame to see what's going on. That Titanic, by the way, I have found connections to XRP. The Titanic not sinking and XRP, so there will be like a part 2, but that will come out in January. All right, so I just thought I'd let you know there'll definitely be a part 2, maybe a part 3, because I found a lot. So okay, so what I'm seeing here just on this time frame, it's like we were trading under it, we're getting hits, but now we're kind of trading outside of it. And I feel this candle closes tonight. It closes tonight, so it will be interesting where it opens up for sure. But let's just go on an even smaller time frame, see what go on. Oh, excuse me, confirmation burp, or I've just got gas. Oh, you girls got gas. So anyway, on the daily, it's looking healthy because we're trading on the outside now of this red line. So that's interesting, and I feel it's gonna price is not over on the daily. It's not oversold or anything, not overbought. It's above the 50 on the RSI, so this is kind of showing a little sign of strength for continuation even more. It's moved up quite a bit already today. Not a lot, but quite a bit. Oh, it's attempted. Oh, it got to 63 today already. Oh, fascinating. So, I just want to see. Almost 2%. Oh, cute. Cute. So anyway, what I'm kind of seeing is, for XRP, my mind's just gone blank, to be honest. My mind, the moons, that's what I was saying. So we would have had the full moon here, coming round about here. So this is generally XRP's bottom, and that's why I'm sure I said it in my last video. I was like, we may not get the 60p may be the lowest, and I was like, we could be falling lower, but I was like, you know what, it's that 60p I'm just gonna put in. So I accumulated some more XRP myself at 60p, because I was like, I don't know if it's gonna go lower at this point. And as we can see, it's just continued and made its way up. So fascinating. And I'll be honest, it's not showing much signs of kind of wanting to go down. It really could probably make another leg down, but it's above the moving average, the yellow moving average on the RSI. So it's kind of just showing possible, like, more strength to the upside personally. You know what? I've not even checked lines on this video, have I? Yeah. Like, look at that. Like, is this a Wyckoff? Oh, I need to learn more of my Wyckoffs. I need to enter my mentor's course and learn some more. But I'm sure this is like an automatic spring. Kind of went up, hovered back down to make its way up. It's a Wyckoff method, I'm sure. And this is like the spring that happens in it. So from, you know, don't quote me. I'll be studying much more over the holidays, the holy days. So don't quote me, but I'm more than sure this is just giving a miniature version of the Wyckoff method, which is signaling to me that it's ready to continue on up. Ooh, okay, sure. That's fascinating. And of course, the next level, once we break this zone, the next level, we're going to have some resistance, obviously at 64 and 65, because there's like a gap there. That's the next point of call. And then of course, like, there's a bit here, but the next one I'd say is 70. That's 70 zone again. So yeah, feels like it's ready to just make its way on up, but it would be interesting to just see a bit clearer of where it could be going. Okay, so on the 4 hour, we made a higher high there, just about, which is good. We haven't quite made a higher high though past this level. I feel to have more confidence that is kind of, not gonna go down. I'd definitely like to see it go at least above 65 cents. That's what I'd like. However, I feel this is quite strong because it's trading outside of this cross. It will be interesting to see how price holds here. So at 61, basically, if price can hold 61 and just maintain that, then it's more chance of having that momentum to just boost it up. And of course, if it breaks below, if it goes below 61 and goes back into the 60 range, then there is a chance it could make a lower low, sorry, from this point. So I'm still not ruling that out. However, would that still be okay? It could bounce off of these moving averages to give it the momentum to go up. But we are moving into the energy of finding its resistance. So that's why I'm more inclined. It could just hover at this zone. It could just be supported off this trend line. And then that may give it enough momentum as these astrological luminaries catch up to push it through. So that's a possibility. Let's take a look on smaller time frame. And we'll move on to the DXY. Don't know how long this video has been. Okay. So the smaller time frame, we are in a little sandwich. We're in a little sandwich, which makes sense because it's just reached this zone. So I'll even just extend this. Oh, come on. I'll just extend it because XRP is just hovering within this zone right now, and it's been caught on it, and it makes sense because it's getting its head hit right off of Venus. So this is where I'm potentially seeing, just as Bitcoin just having that little retracement but not a lot, these luminaries could keep it wedged together whilst it's like trading on here. It could keep it wedged because we are in this energy, but the resistance of where it's trying to reach comes in next cycle. Okay, so this is why we may just have a bit of ranging happening this cycle. So do keep that in mind. Price could just be ranging for Bitcoin and XRP, and then this will allow it these eventually to kind of cross over again, because these are getting ready to, no, they're kind of sloping a little down, but these look like they're sloping down too. But eventually, if price just stays there, they'd eventually cross over and do a whole crisscross, because look, they just cross there and they may just cross again, like the dance in the sky. But that's what I'm kind of seeing for that. We will take a look at the DXY to see how that could be impacting them in general. So DXY. So this is the dollar. We've had like the dollar crash. We'll see what the dollar is gonna do. We will see. So kind of straight away, it looks like it was a hanging cliff. A whole hanging cliff right there. There's a tiny little support. A tiny little support, as we can see. There's a bit there, but not a lot. The next one I'll probably say is there at 101. I need to say the actual price, not say, oh, it's there. It's just there. It could easily come down to just touch here. That would be so interesting if it does that. But this is the weekly. I said the word, didn't I? Let's go down to a smaller time frame. Yeah, it kind of just looks like it's hanging. So it's kind of just telling me, will there be just a little relief for it to just hover for a moment at this space? But we'll see. Okay, so straight away, off the get-go, it is in a sandwich. This is still above, which is interesting for the daily, but it's in a sandwich, and ultimately price is below that. So though this is above Uranus, price is below that, and they are in a sandwich. So what it kind of looks like on the daily, it looks like it had done the opposite of kind of what I said. No, it's kind of like done what I said. I said it's either going to retrace to the top and then just kind of drop down, or drop down and kind of retest it. However, you can see on the daily, we were watching it here before. I think we were here. So it had already bounced off, rejected it, and then it broke through. And what it's done on the daily is retested it. It's retested it. So to get ready to go down further, potentially even the RSI, and the next level would be 101. It would be 101, and it will be interesting to see how price interacts with that level, because I don't even feel that that's that strong, and it may come down to this 100 where it kind of last was in, when was that? Move this. July 2023, so summer. It was low. We may be double bottoming. Could that be a thing? Or could it go even lower at this point if crypto is just ready to make its way up? So yeah, kind of like what I'm seeing, the end of this year, price may just be entertaining this level. It may try and hold on there, try and reject it, go on up a bit. And as we see quite a lot of momentum in the market, the crypto market, that's when the DXY could either be making its way to 100 or below 100 when crypto is ready to kind of go further up. So that's what I'm seeing. And on the larger time frames, the moving averages are quite far away. So that could just be an indication for it to find support on there a little bit. and then it may gain a bit of strength when crypto is ready as we enter summer, the fire element, as crypto is ready to retrace a bit. That's when we may see more strength in the dollar overall. So that's kind of what I am seeing there. Kind of see on the 1 hour, but we'll take just a smaller look just on the 4 hour. Yeah, so it's underneath both of them on the 4 hour, especially if this starts to come down and cross, that will definitely give it the momentum to push it down further. But as you can see, it broke through, retested this zone, and it's ready to just kind of collapse through it eventually again. So yeah, it's like I am seeing the dollar going down. So it's like this is why I'm not really seeing XRP and Bitcoin falling so hard. If they fall, it's maybe just that tiny little drop to go down. For example, when these markets open, it may just drop just that little bit to find its tiny little support before continuing up, because it's just getting ready to enter into that resistance energy. Okay, so that is what I am seeing there. I am going to quickly get rid of the RSI just so I can put on the 200 moving average, as I do see it as importante. Is it on? Yeah. So bear with me just whilst I change the settings. If you did like it so far, do let me know. Do let me know. Style white, so we can easily see where you are, my lad. Okay, so the 200 moving average, what is kind of showing me already on the 4 hour, here it is that it? Come on, laptop, not long left now. Yeah, it's crossing. It's crossing on Pluto, Mercury, and Saturn. So it's just signaling to me a bit of sign of weakness coming in soon. And of course, it's eventually going to cross the rest of them. So more downward momentum for that. Again, the 200 moving average on the daily, it's scooping over, and that's kind of what price hit into for more continuation down. So I like, it's like a nice wave. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So this is the last one I'll check when we move to XRP and Bitcoin. Yeah, and obviously it's just super far from it right now. So this is why, like, as the cycles go on, this could go up a little bit and then causing this to fall right into this 200 moving average, creating a double bottom. Yeah, so that's a possibility. So of course, do keep an eye out for that. Let's just take a look on Bitcoin. We're finished on XRP. I make tea at the beginning of the video and I never drink any of it. It's cold now. So the 200 moving average, this is fascinating because on the W time frame, this basically is going to just slope up and up, and it may just follow this green line for a bit. So it's going to be fascinating, because if this just follows up along on this green line, we could have Bitcoin go hit the 40s, and then come back down to test this 200 moving average. So that's fascinating, but we'll check a smaller time frame. So again, it's like this moving average, 200 moving average, it has crossed both of them, to be fair, and it's above them. So this is a sign of upward momentum, which is good. That's definitely good. So yeah, but it is super far from it though. So this is what I mean. But when Bitcoin's ready to move, it may just continue. It's doing its thing to get fully rejected to then come down. So we'll take a look on the 4 hour as the smallest one. Okay, you see, it was just being nicely supported kind of by it. Other videos at some point I'll put in more moving average. I need to just not be I need the paid version. If anyone would like to help me to just get a bit more on there. But anyway, even if it wants to come down a little on the 4 hour, just that little bit down, and it really doesn't seem like it wants to. Like, it really does not seem like it wants to, but even if it comes down that little bit, the hour time frame, the 200 moving average, probably even closer to here. So it may just, if it comes down a tiny bit, it may just be supported off that. Yeah, look at that zone, that 38 zone. Oh gosh, this may be its happy bottom. It's just like, yeah, there's a full moon would have come in about here. No, about here. This area basically is its new support, this whole area. So it's just getting ready to get into the resistance energy. So that is what I'm seeing there. So we'll finish off on XRP. Long ass video. Oh gosh, I need to get the video out. The longest part is uploading it, you know. I'm not gonna lie, it's the longest part. So 200 moving average kind of being supported there. Let's just get on the smaller time frame. Yeah, look at that. It's like it went up and it's just being supported nicely on the daily from that 200 moving average. It's crossed, it is up. Oh, and it's, oh, this wasn't looking like this before. I'm talking for long. So this looks like it's getting ready to cross anyway, which is good. Upward momentum. Oh, okay. So on the 4 hour, there's a little resistance on it. So fascinating. Fascinating. So it will be interesting how it responds to this 200 moving average anyway. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Will it push through? Or will it have that little downward momentum before going through? It is in the end. Well, it will soon, not just yet, but it will soon enter the energy of course, finding its resistance. But yeah, the 200 moving average on the hour is below it, and ultimately it could just coil up at this point. Coil up. I feel like I've been talking for so long. Do let me know if this resonates, if you did like any of it, any part of it. Do let me know. The next video will be about, we're moving back into the war. Okay, just a little bit more of this war narrative. And then that's probably the most I'll say on the war. But thank you anyway for listening to Crypto Angles podcast number 36. So it was ethereal energy, and next video will be 38, 37. So what's 3 and 7? It's a binary code, ones and zeros. Do make sure you grab yourself a calendar that is in alignment with the visible sky. 15% off with using holy days. Okay, holy days. It will be in the comment section, so do help yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Angel out. Bye. Do grab a reading too if you'd like. Bye.